Online Chinese fashion retailer Shein launched in the US in 2017. And by 2021, it had surpassed Amazon in downloads to become the top shopping app in the US that year. The following year, in 2022, Temu debuted in the US. Temu is a platform for small-scale merchants to sell their products outside of China. Within a year, it became the most downloaded app in America. How did these two platforms sell their items at rock-bottom prices? Let's start with their business models. Both Shein and Temu rely on third-party suppliers who are mainly based in China. Shein, for example, works with more than 5,400 manufacturers as part of their on-demand model.
Shein's fast fashion model is a bit unique. So for every new design, they only order like 100 or 200 pieces from the supplier. And they quickly test whether this new design will become a hit. If it becomes a hit, they go back to the supplier and order more pieces. They have built this kind of trust, so that allowed them to respond to trends very, very fast.
While other fashion brands would have to meet a minimum order quantity, Shein can produce small batches of clothing for each style. That means that Shein doesn't have to bear the costs of excess, unsold inventory, allowing it to sell clothes at cheaper prices. As for Temu, it acts as a platform for small-scale merchants to sell their products, but with a key difference.
Compared to previous marketplaces where you try to source for goods in China and sell in the US, Temu did something different. They control the quality. They make sure that you send everything to their warehouse, they do the inspection before they ship the goods out. They also do all the front-end marketing, operations, customer service, so that allowed them to go directly to manufacturers instead of intermediaries. That allowed them to have very low cost.
But not everyone benefits from this. Insight spoke to some merchants in China who shared their experiences selling on Temu.
一天上传10几20个产品，那就我把这个产品图上传上去，然后我要卖多少钱，我会自己写一个，对，然后如果他OK 的话，他就说你就 OK， 那我们就会按照这个价格去进行销售。但是销售过程中，这个价格可能是会变的，他会持续的去跟你谈这个价格。正常来说，我们做跨境电商或者外贸，其实30%到50%甚至更高的毛利是可以达到的。但是在 Temu 这个平台，你有可能第一开始是可以达到这个毛利的，但是随着你做一段时间，它会持续的去压你这个价格，最后可能你的毛利跟我们做国内市场的毛利会差不多。
And if a customer wants to make a return, it's the merchants, not Temu, who have to cover the courier fees or fines, as the company calls it.
有很多卖家就是在上面看起来卖了很多，但是最后回款的时候扣了很多的这个质量罚款。
Besides their business models, Shein and Temu also make savings on their product design. Shein, for example, doesn't have a large in-house design team. Instead, the design work is outsourced to suppliers who can scour the web for trendy designs and produce them for cheap. Both platforms have been under the spotlight after a slew of copyright infringements. Last year, more than a dozen lawsuits were filed against Shein for intellectual property or IP violation. These include brands like H&M, Uniqlo, and several independent designers in the US. American lawyers have alleged that IP theft is key to its business model, a claim that Shein has denied. In another interesting twist to the story, however, both Shein and Temu are now suing each other over various allegations. This includes Temu's claim that Shein breached anti-competition laws by tying up suppliers with exclusive agreements. Shein has denied this. Another factor that has helped both e-commerce platforms keep prices low in the US is a tax loophole. The de minimis rule allows companies to ship packages worth less than $800 to the US without incurring duties and fees. Now, Shein and Temu can legally skip import duties because they ship small individual orders directly to American shoppers. In fact, Shein and Temu ship a total of 600,000 packages to the US daily, according to a 2023 report by the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party. Yet, the committee claims these companies paid $0 in tariffs in 2022 compared to brands like H&M and Gap. Shein and Temu have denied these accusations, welcoming a reform of the de minimis provision. Finally, allegations of cheap or forced labor. The same report from the committee raised alarm that Shein and Temu's products could be made from cotton harvested by Uyghur forced labor, where workers are made to work in factories or fields for long hours and low pay.
The forced labor, coerced labor gives those companies that use them in their supply chain a very unfair advantage against supply chains and labor markets that are based on paying a living wage and essentially adhering to not just US, but European and other developed economy levels of governance.
So, now that you know what lies behind the scenes, would you still shop at these platforms? Thanks for watching. Catch more of Insight on CNA Insider, and don't forget to like and subscribe.